Give me a minute. I want to give an update on what's happening with the oil refineries that have been struck inside of Russia. Now, look, it is important to point out that despite concerns that those in the United States have, as in the current administration, have voiced about the Ukrainians hitting these oil refineries, it is worth mentioning yet again, just to remind everybody, that Russia is not currently exporting fuel oil. They are not exporting gasoline. They are not exporting any refined oil products. And so hitting refineries does not affect the global price of oil or refined oil products, period, end of discussion. Except maybe, right, if refining capacity drops so low and they have to start exporting more crude oil because they don't have the place to put it, then it might actually end up lowering the price of oil for the rest of us. I think it's really important to point out that economic reality. Now, it's being widely reported that Russian oil refining capacity is down by 15% from these attacks. My understanding is that at this point, the Russians have recovered about 5% of that. So it's really only down about 10%. But it's also being reported that they are bracing themselves for more shortages. And they are potentially, they are currently entertaining a law that would enable lower and smaller refineries that don't have the capacity to refine high quality gasoline to start refining low quality gasoline, high sulfur, 80 octane kind of gasoline. Now, if that happens and they start selling it on the market, the engine life of a vehicle in Russia is going to go to shit. The evidence of this can be found in Uzbekistan. In Uzbekistan, where they still burn this kind of gasoline, the average piston life in a Octava, it's some kind of a Russian car, is 25,000 miles, about 40,000 kilometers. And then what's it going to do to a new Mercedes that's got that high, emissions rating for the EU 5/6 compliance? That's going to be a problem. That's going to be a problem. It's typical of Russian short-term thinking for long-term loss. That's what you're condemning the Russian people to every day that you continue this insane, pointless war. Unreal. Listen, I want to give a shout out to Lars from Encino Tech. Lars has been a great supporter of the channel, and I just want to acknowledge that, separate to all of the other sponsorships and stuff. I just want to give him a shout out. Thanks a lot, Lars. I appreciate you and all that you do. Thanks, man.